we cannot be together in person this evening, but I'm happy to have you guys online. We are here at FDT Academy. We are, following social distancing to the best of our abilities, and we are with some of our staff, but other members of our staff are in other parts of the world, mostly Alberta, because that's where other FDT staff live. So whether you are a staff member in Alberta, a staff member here with us live tonight, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to all the parents and the students of FDT Academy. And thank you for helping us have such a wonderful and incredible year. This year, we have broken so many different records in the speech and debate world, and FDT continues to be one of the top academies in the country and definitely in the world as well. And tonight, we are going to celebrate and feature some of those key moments, some of the key achievements of our students, and we're also going to talk about some of the best students of the year and highlight their journeys at FDT so far. We cannot wait to have you back to be in person live in September, hopefully, fingers crossed. But if not in September, then whenever the situation allows, we are excited to see you all again and welcome you back to our academy in person. So with that said, we are going to start the night off. And again, there's a series of awards tonight. If you are receiving an award, we're going to spotlight you. So smile and wave. We are also recording this evening, so make sure you look your best. And without further ado, we're going to go on to the first part of the evening, which is our Student of the Month recognition. And I'm going to pass it over to Jamal to announce that.
All right, thank you, everybody. So I have the honor of presenting the Student of the Month awards, or at least recognizing our past winners and announcing the winners who have yet to be announced for June and July. So before I get to that, let me explain a little bit about Student of the Month. So every month, FDT's instructors come together to nominate students who have stood out as deserving of the recognition of being named Student of the Month. It's always an incredibly difficult decision to make. This year, we have seen students, both new and old, who have shown extraordinary leadership in class, have won provincial, national, and international titles, and even some students who have gone from being shy and nervous to becoming eloquent and passionate speakers. To stand out amongst FDT's talented and one-of-a-kind student body, students must truly be exceptional. But success in competition is not the only marker of a Student of the Month. Ultimately, what defines a Student of the Month is their insistence on working hard, excellence in debate and speech, and how they act as role models and leaders for their fellow students. So tonight, we want to recognize our past Students of the Month for 2019 and 2020, and then after that, we'll announce the Students of the Month for the remaining months of June and July. So let's get started. So I first want to announce our Students of the Month for our West Vancouver Academy location. First, the junior category, which is K to 7. Our September Student of the Month in junior for West Vancouver was Rachel Chen. Our October Student of the Month was Adam Ukani. Our November Student of the Month was Sarah Liu. Our December and January Student of the Month was Grace Yao. Our February Student of the Month was Emmy Ando. Our March and April Student of the Month was Alicia Liu. And our May Student of the Month for West Vancouver in the junior category was Cheyenne Hussaini. Moving on to the senior category, which is grade 8 to 12. Our senior Student of the Month in West Vancouver for September was Ashley Wong. For October, our senior Student of the Month was Frank Liu. For November, it was Isabel von Borstel. For December and January, it was Kennedy Kopke. For February, it was Evelyn Tu. For March and April, it was Fiona Lee. And for May, it was Alyssa Ukani. Congratulations. Now I want to move on to our Vancouver Academy. For our Novice Students of the Month, our September Student of the Month for our Vancouver Academy in the Novice category was Andy Yi. Our October Student of the Month was Jason Song. Our November Student of the Month was Amy Ren. For December and January, Gillian Mock. For February, Bella Chen. For March and April, Brian Shao. And for May, Isabella Park and Jerry Song. Congratulations. Now for the junior category. Our September Student of the Month was Cynthia Wang. Our October Student of the Month was Alice Su. Our November Student of the Month was Emily Q. For December and January, it was Aurora Zhang. For February, it was Eric Lee and Jonathan Chu. For March and April, it was Angela Liu. For May, it was Michelle Liu and Vanessa Zhang. Congratulations. And finally, for our senior category, our September Student of the Month was Surtaj Sangara. Our October Student of the Month was Emily Ni. Our November Student of the Month was Nathan Saynard. Our December and January Student of the Month was Vivian Gu. Our February Students of the Month were Joyce Chen and Anthony Chu. For March and April, Darren Yang. And for May, Jenna Yu and Jason Guo. Congratulations. Now for the students who have not been yet announced. So first for our West Vancouver location. Our West Vancouver Student of the Month in the junior category for June are Matthew Yu and Zach Weinberg. For our senior category in West Vancouver, our June Student of the Month is Jerry Zhang. For our Vancouver location, our Novice Student of the Month for June is Austin Zhang and Jenna Liang. For July, our Student of the Month in the Novice category in Vancouver is Ivy Yi. For the junior category in Vancouver, our June Students of the Month are Emma Kant and Jennifer Wren. And our July Student of the Month is Madeline Kim. Finally, in the senior category for our Vancouver location, our June Students of the Month are Annie Liu and Alex Logan. Our very last Student of the Month for July for Vancouver is Sean O. One last round of applause for our Students of the Month. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jamal. And I would now like to introduce our favorite Chinese translator of the night, Grace Lee, to give a brief summary of what we have heard so far.
大家好，我是 Grace， 我是你们今天晚上的中文主持人。刚刚我们植茂老师给我们介绍了一下每个月最优秀的学生，我们接下来要颁的奖就是年度最优秀的学生，期待一下。
Thank you, Grace. And Grace will be giving us the Chinese updates all throughout the night. Okay, next up, we are going to introduce a new part of this year. This year, for our Student of the Year, the instructors and the staff had a long time debating, no pun intended, debating who should be the Student of the Year. So we have decided that we want to highlight some of these finalists. So this year we are going to recognize several students who are the finalists for Student of the Year, and we're going to talk a bit about them to get to learn more about their journey. Then at the end of the evening, we're going to announce which one of them in each category has won Student of the Year. Talking about these amazing student finalists, our staff, Arcelin, Baybod, and Jacqueline. And we begin with the novice category.
Thank you, Frankie. I'm Baybod. Hello. Our first finalist in the novice category for Student of the Year is Amy Wren. Now, despite being in grade 6, Amy, I know for a fact that there are many grade 9 and 10 boys who are terrified of just the idea of going up against Amy. And that's because her speaking style is so moving and so committed to the emotions that she's trying to convey to everyone that it is really, really hard for anyone listening to her not to be deeply affected by it. And that's why Amy has had the opportunity to, first become champion speaker at the Dora Foundation Vancouver Elementary School tournament. He was the first place speaker in the interpretive reading category of junior speech provincials and was the second place speaker at the junior national tournament in the after dinner speaking category against many students who were far older and far more experienced than she was. Amy, because she also won the district competition for the Optimist Oratorial competition, is going to be competing at the international level for Optimist very, very soon. So please, everybody, give a big round of applause for Amy Wren. Now, our second speaker in the novice category for Student of the Year is Isabella Park. Now, usually when a grade 7 student tells me that ask me if it's okay for them to give a personal example, I imagine that they're going to give me something about their last vacation to Disneyland. What Isabella did instead was give me the example of Abu Ghraib prison, which the United States military administered in Iraq, and all of the awful policies that they undertook there, and then coupled that with an analysis of American empire. At the time, she was 12. So that gives you an idea of just how much knowledge of the world, far beyond her years, that Isabella brings. And I think it's because of that knowledge that Isabella was so easily able to move from Korea, a country she lived in for her whole life up until that point, to FDT, and not just do extremely well as a competitor, but make friends and offer that knowledge to all sorts of other students who have learned a ton from her. She's been great for her academy at a competitive level, but she's also made her community so much richer. And I think only the just reward she got for that was in the Oldham tournament, a Singaporeese tournament, helping her team get the championship award. And also being crowned the top speaker at the final round of that tournament, an international tournament, again, against people far older and far more experienced than her. So please, everyone, give a hand to Isabella Park. Now, our next finalist in the novice category for Student of the Year is Jason Song. Now, Jason is somebody who, one, speaks with a drama and a presence that few people who haven't had formal acting training are able to muster up. He can create tension within a room and break it just by changing the rhythm of his voice. And more than that, he's able to use that style to come up with very big picture ideas and moral arguments about the way that the world should work. And it is all of that at the same time with providing an incredible comic relief in our classes, always being playful, always making sure that other people feel comfortable or having fun so that they can do their best as well. Jason, notably, was second place speaker at the Dora Foundation Vancouver Elementary Tournament, and also was fourth place overall speaker at Junior Speech Provincials as well. Again, against people far older, far more experienced than he was. Please give a round of applause for Jason as well. Now, sorry, rapid fire here. Our final is somebody who, instead of trying to dominate a room with his passion or just by filling it up with his voice, is far more subtle, who relies on his humor and a kind of quiet charisma that's incredibly difficult for anyone to master, let alone somebody who is his age. But he's also someone who is very good at clarifying the details of arguments, giving very specific causal mechanisms for why a particular place is going to happen. He was most recently awarded 5th place overall speaker at the Vancouver Elementary Tournament. That person is Jerry Song. Please give a round of applause for him. Congratulations to all of our finalists in the novice category. You've done extremely well. We're all very proud.
Grace, we'll pass it over to you to explain the system this year for our finalists of each category.
好，我们刚才 Beba 老师解释了，就是我们今年年度学生，年度最优秀的学生，他会在每一个 FDT 的学校的地区的 Novice、Junior 和 Senior 这3个分配，来解释一下这年度最优秀的学生。
Thank you, Grace. So if you are a student of the month this year, we have your student of the month trophies waiting for you at the Academy whenever we are able to meet again in person. And if you are a student of the year finalist or a student of the year winner, we have plaques for you as well, ready to be given to you as soon as we are back. Next up, we want to go to one of our students who is graduating this year, but someone who is also not just graduating, but becoming a staff member at FDT, which is really what FDT is all about, continuing the cycle of debate. I had the pleasure of working with many of the current staff, coaching them, taking them around the world, watching them compete and win championships. And that's really the dream of this company, is to continue that cycle. So anytime we have someone who says to us, I wanted to come and teach, I want to give back, we are so excited to welcome them. So I'm proud to introduce our student address and next year's staff member, Kelly Ho.
Thank you. It's still incredibly hard to imagine how fast these past 3 years has just come and gone by. I still remember the first class I ever attended at FDT when the Academy was still hosting lessons at the house on Dunbar Street. Back then, I could barely understand what a principal and practical point meant and could barely even fill a 4-minute speech. Success in debate to me had always seemed so incredibly far and so incredibly foreign and far out of reach to me, and I never truly found confidence or value in what I had to say until I found my place at Fostering Debate Talent Academy. If you ask me what my first impression of the Academy was, I would say humbleness, family, hard work, and success. Quite literally, FDT raised champions out of a family home. And later, the Academy carried these same values into a formal setting with classrooms and offices. I fell in love with debate and FDT in the early years of the Academy's founding, when a small group of students would gather with coaches around a kitchen table, prepping cases, hammering out speeches, and learning more about the world around us. At the Academy, I was given opportunities to ask questions, think outside the box, and challenge every statement to find new perspectives. My coaches taught me that there is never a right or wrong answer to a question. You just have to be confident and find your own solution. The coaches made sure that every student knew that there's no such thing as a stupid or dumb question, and ensured that every single student had a safe place to grow and flourish, even if it meant taking 10 or 20 minutes after class to answer questions that students were too shy to ask in a group setting. That truly stuck with me and was incredibly remarkable. In my own debate career, the instructor who stuck with me and guided me through everything is Jamal. Thank you for being my first coach and for sticking with me through my entire competitive career. Each trip and every step of the way, from regionals to provincials to nationals, even if it meant responding to my frantic emails halfway through winter break. Despite classes being only an hour and 45 minutes long, the coaches have always gone above and beyond to help us succeed. This looks like Jacqueline organizing and hosting training sessions during the summer and running around taking pictures for us at tournaments and working on tabs late into the night, even when she's busy with her own schoolwork and university priorities. My instructors pushed me to do my best, even when I could barely find it in myself to prep another case or give another speech. They listened to my worries, but never sugarcoated their feedback. They held onto our hands, but always give us room to challenge them back. The staff at FDT makes sure that every single student is cared for, from the very moment that motion is released until the very last second when we leave the airport. At the Academy, everyone is greeted warmly with smiles. Each student can rest assured that they're going to be remembered by either the receptionist or Tanya before the classes start. This care and dedication symbolizes the family spirit that is extended towards everyone who steps through the doors at the Academy. No matter how big the Academy expands, the same feeling of family will always remain. At the Academy, I've always felt valued, respected, cherished, and heard. As a graduating student, I know that I'm better prepared to take on the world because of the relationships I've built, the experiences I've gone through, and all of the valuable lessons I've learned. One of the most important lessons I've learned is how to bravely pick myself back up and try again, no matter how many times I've fallen down. I realize now that FDT is special, not just because we dominate every single tournament or win countless awards, but rather because of the family that we are all a part of. To me, FDT represents a home I can always return to and find support and belonging in. Even though I leave the Academy as a student, I'll always carry with me everything that I've learned through all of my future endeavors. So thank you for believing in me, the self-conscious, scared, confused teenager who stumbled upon the Academy front door 3 years ago. Thank you for giving me all of these stages and opportunities across the nation and world to chase my dreams and find my own voice. Thank you.
Kelly, I know you can't see us here at the Academy, but all of the instructors are so emotional and thankful for your speech. It was so, so well done. We really appreciate it. We're all smiling. I think speaking to a laptop is the hardest thing to do because there's no reaction. So Kelly, rest assured, the reaction was here, live in this room. So thank you so much. It's just outstanding. Here we have the national plaque that will be living in FDT next year. It has the names of every single student that advanced to a national tournament: French, speech, debate, junior, senior, BP. It's all on there, and we doubled our number, more than doubled our number from last year. So congratulations to all of you who are on this plaque and who will hopefully be able to see it next year. Thank you, Tanya. It's now time to look at our junior finalists for Student of the Year, starting with Arsalan.
Okay, hello everybody. The first junior that I want to introduce for Student of the Year is Jonathan Chu. So Jonathan and his brother joined FDT back when we were based in a residential house on Alma Street. I was the lead instructor of the class. We were short-staffed, and I should have probably been doing something else. But I spent 2 hours that day sitting with the two boys and teaching them the basics, and I have yet to been able to escape them. So Jonathan has been a source of real challenge in much of my life. But far more often than being a source of that challenge, Jonathan has been the source of some of the most kind and genuine moments I've had as a coach. He's been a source of some of the funniest and most entertaining moments that I've had. And every single day, he proves himself as an increasingly creative and intelligent human being who's an incredible asset to any team that he's a part of. So John has grown tremendously this year. He's made the finals and won some of the most prestigious competitions, whether they be in this region, in this province, or in the world. So I am incredibly proud of you, Jonathan. I am incredibly excited to see you do even better next year. Thanks.
This next student is somebody who, every time I talk to her, has to tell me that for some reason she feels like she doesn't understand people. But that's notwithstanding the fact that out of everybody in our academy who has had the degree of success that she has, I can think of very few people who are as humane as her, as empathetic as her, as humble as her, and who commands the respect of everybody she knows so completely. This is a student who loves to give really complex arguments. Students that are so complex, arguments that are so complex that sometimes she has trouble articulating them clearly. But she's gonna get there because she has the mind to do it and the work ethic to do it and the friends who really wanna help her do it as well. That student is Aurora Jang. Aurora this year has won many things, and if I were to list them all, it would take us an hour. So I'm going to ignore all her individual speaking awards and just list off really quickly the stuff she won with her partner, Alice. They won the UBC Fall Championships in the junior category. They won the BP Provincial Championships at the provincial level. The BP Provincial Championships in the junior category. They won LMW Regionals in the junior category. And they they made it to the semifinals at Junior Nationals as well. Please give a very big hand to Aurora.
This next student, I feel as though I don't even need to speak about because about half of Anna's speech was regarding his success. But Eric Lee is the fourth junior finalist for Student of the Year. The first time I met Eric, he was in 7th grade. He stumbled into my classroom, hid behind his laptop, and asked more questions than probably anyone I've ever met. He's come a long way. Today, Eric is a rising 10th grader with a debate pedigree and a trophy case far more full and far more impressive than many far older than him. This year, Eric made it to the finals of the most prestigious competition for young debaters at Oxford University. Eric qualified as the top grade 9 team at provincials and spoke 4th as a junior speaker at junior nationals. But much more important than all of Eric's debate success is what he contributes to our community. Just like John, there are moments of challenge, but every single minute I spend with him is a moment where I'm a little bit happier than I was before. There are countless moments I can't recount of how his shenanigans and his brightness and his intelligence and his kindness has made me laugh. So Eric, it is an absolute pleasure to teach you. It is all of our pleasure that you come to our academy. I am so, so proud of you, and I wish you a lot of luck next year.
I'm now going to announce two more juniors, but they're also a special situation because they are from our West Vancouver location. We had the pleasure of welcoming over 50 students from West Van this year, and two of them came to us completely fresh starting this year, and they really, really rose to the top quite quickly. They had many, many achievements, but they were also noted for their humorous and boisterous attitude in class, always welcoming new students with a smile. They won the Golden Gnome competition, and they competed head-to-head in both the Optimist and FDT speech competition, both of them winning awards in one or the other. Please give a round of applause to your West Van Student of the Year finalists, Ashley Wong and Kennedy Kopke. Okay, I now have the great honor of welcoming three new staff members to FDT. At FDT, we always talk about being a family, and we are one. And bringing new instructors into the family is like birthing new children. So I'm so excited to announce our three wonderful new children. They're not children, they're very, very accomplished and esteemed debate instructors and coaches with amazing resumes. The first one is a man that I had the pleasure of watching when he was a high school debater, and I then got to watch him in university as well. He competed for GNS and then competed in the university circuit as well, and he's from Victoria, and we are so excited to welcome next year, Reese Wynn Williams. Next up, you all know her. She spoke earlier this evening, and she is someone who has been in the FDT family for several years now, from grade 12 to new instructor, Kelly Ho. Our final new staff member has a resume and a list of accomplishments that come before her, and she is known as being very debate famous. She has done very well at the World Debate Championships, placing in the top 10, and numerous other accomplishments as well. Our third new instructor is Naomi Panovka. Normally we'd have the three of them on stage. I'd give them a card, I'd thank them, but for now they're with us virtually. Thank you guys. I hope you're enjoying our gala so far, and we cannot wait to have you here in September. Again, fingers crossed that it is in person. So I'm now going to pass it over to Kathy Chenna to talk a little bit about the Academy, how things are going, and a few exciting announcements for next year.
Oh, well, my speech is really more for parents, so I hope that there's many on that are listening, but kids, you guys can listen too. As you've heard from everyone that spoke before me, we've had an incredible, incredible year. I hold a glass because every year at this event, kids come on stage and they give their parents a rose or a carnation, and we make a toast to the parents, and I'm going to start with that first. Students, without your parents, this would never be possible. So please, if you're sitting next to them, if you are down in another room, please go give them a hug and a kiss and tell them how much you appreciate them. So toasting to all of the parents right now. Okay, so I'm going to move on next to growth. Our academy has grown leaps and bounds. We pivoted the business this year because of COVID, and we acted fast. We became leaders in the online community. My son was looked upon as a pioneer in moving online, that even people across the country were asking him, how are you doing all these tournaments online? And we even convinced a lot of organizations to go online, and that we would help them with the help of Jacqueline and Frankie behind the scenes, and so many more. So we're over 350 students at FDT, and we're so proud. We are teaching kids across the country, from Toronto all the way into the interior of British Columbia, and even in between in Alberta. So a round of applause for our growth and the pivoting of our business as quickly as we have. In addition to that, I want to tell you parents, you should be incredibly proud of your kids, whether you are winning awards now or later on. I always remember a story that someone told me, that it takes so many times to fall before you can pick yourself up and win. And I just want to encourage the kids that are on and that are listening, and sort of saying that it's okay to lose, you know, in your very first debate. The fact that you made it there is winning enough. You know, don't be hard on yourself. Just persevere and move forward in what you're doing, because your wins will come. Listen to the feedback of your instructors and don't fool around. Basically, what I'm just trying to say is the wins will happen, and they'll happen in all areas of your life. So please just keep moving on and have faith in yourself, okay? And build that confidence that you need. Now, something else I want to share is also, Tanya and I are going to do a little presentation before Frankie comes back, but I did want to say that Frankie will be taking a step back from FDT Academy, and he will speak a little bit more on that, and he will also talk about who will be replacing him moving forward. I want you to know that Tanya, myself, Giselle, Jacqueline, and the entire FDT family will be here for you. That is not changing. And of course, Frankie will only be a phone call away from me, so I'll be able to get in touch with him, and he's going to be moving forward. I'm not sad by any means. This is just to follow his dreams, because one of the things that I've always taught my children is never have would've, could've, or should've. So go after what you do. Go to school first and get a degree. I've always said that, but please just go after what you do and do it well. So before he comes on, Tanya and I have something that we want to show you. He doesn't know about this. I did do a nice sculpture in the academy today. That was a gift from us, but I'll just move this over for a second. As you all know, Frankie hit a milestone yesterday with the top 30 under 30, and we wanted to recognize that. So congratulations. So that is really it for me. And I'll move this over to Frankie. Thank you so much, everyone who has supported us and continue to support us. And if you ever need me, you know, I'm only a phone call away or an email. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
So hi guys, yeah, only the Chenna family can cry in an online gala, but basically, you know, it's mixed news for sure. I've been coaching debate for a very, very long time, and I guess this is my retirement from coaching debate. I had to retire from Crofton House, what was it, last year, and it was very hard, and the girls who were there know that I was very emotional because I do love coaching so much. And you know, this last 2 weeks, 2 Sundays ago was kind of the retirement from my coaching here at FDT. I will continue to be the CEO, but I will be doing so in a different place. I'm just one step away from receiving my green card to live in the US, to follow my dreams, which is sorry. Which is exciting because I always want all of my staff and all of my students to follow their dreams. So I'm glad and excited to be living the thing that I want you guys to be doing, whether that is debate related or not debate related. You want to be a doctor, a basketball player, or a hopscotch champion, whatever you want to do, go for it. So again, apologies for the crying over Zoom. But it's okay to cry, it's all good. So anyways, with that said, you know, the baton is being passed, not to one person, because I do too much for one person, but to a variety of people who I love and trust. You know, the office will continue to be strong with 4 people, with Kathy, with Jacqueline, with Giselle, and with Tanya. And we get to welcome some familiar faces into some really, really important roles. And in a moment, I'll just have them, I don't know, I'll have them stand or something in this room. But we're very, very excited to announce our 3 head instructors for next year, who will all be taking on slightly different roles as head instructors. Baybod will be taking on the head of curriculum. Anna will be taking on head of speech and K-3 curriculum. Arsalan will be the head of debate. And this last person is having a full circle moment. I think she just loves being recognized at galas, because last year Dana Tabianian left us and went to fly away to England to be a teacher there. She had an amazing year. She learned a lot. She gave back to a different type of community. But thankfully for me, she's back. So she will be taking on a large part of my role, running VIP classes, just kind of overseeing students and being there for all student debate, parent, client matters. So Dana Tabiani will be our new Academy Director. So yeah, with that said, I know that, you know, students and staff, this was something that I've known for a very long time, that I've not really told most people. Some people know here and there, but yeah, now you all know. So thank you so much for making this an amazing company. I think that the fact that the 30 Under 30 came out yesterday was very serendipitous and really nice timing, because I'm so honored to have received that recognition, and it's all because of you, students, staff, teachers, office. You are the ones that have helped me so much to achieve this.
Thank you so much, Jack. I think I can speak on behalf of all volunteers when I say that volunteering this year was definitely so much fun, and it definitely did also teach me a lot about leadership and coaching. It was incredible to see so many students grow over the course of the year, and being a student myself, I think it's given me a lot more insight into how stressful it is to manage a class full of boisterous students. So I want to say a thank you to my coaches as well. But nonetheless, I had a wonderful time being able to volunteer with classes this year, and it was definitely a really rewarding experience. So I just want to thank you all for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Emily, for that very heartfelt speech. We're glad to have you next year, hopefully as continue to be a volunteer, as a student, as an award-winning debater, and all of those amazing things. Thank you so much for accepting that award. And now we are going to move on to the senior finalist for Student of the Year.
Hello again. So the first senior finalist is Jason Guo. I'll start by saying this. Jason Guo is a genius. Flat out, no question, he is among the smartest, most creatively thinking, and most globally minded students I've ever met. And Jason has always been smart, but in previous years, he struggled a little bit with his style. He struggled with his ability to impress judges who might often not be as smart as him. But this year, Jason decided that rather than disliking the world for not recognizing his intelligence, he would force parents to recognize him. He became the most stylistic debater in terms of improvement I think I've worked with in a long time. So much so that at tournaments like regionals and provincials that are dominated by the traditional types of parent judges Jason has historically had a terrible time with, Jason ranked among the top 3 or 4 speakers and won both tournaments. I'm glad to see the top of Jason's head on camera here. So Jason is an incredible student. He's earned the spot to qualify for Team Canada, to try out for Team Canada, and Jason is a massive asset at the Saints Debate Club as well. So for all those reasons, congratulations, Jason, on being a finalist. I'm proud to see what you do next year. This next finalist is someone who's a very special student, I think, to all of us. In my first year at FDT, I was a young, bright-eyed instructor, head full of hair, and probably less than a couple of months in, I had a young, shy student named Jenna Yu walk into the living room above Frankie's house, out of which what we called FDT existed. Jenna was incredibly shy, incredibly unsure of herself. And although she still sometimes struggles with this, seeing her grow into the incredible young woman she is today, seeing her grow in her confidence, in her abilities, and seeing her slowly but surely recognize herself as the great debater that all of us have for a long time known she is, has been one of the true privileges of my job here at FDT. Jenna has had absolutely dominant performances in debated speech, whether it be top speaking BP provincials, winning her category at ISPICS, or making Team Canada speech. She's an exceptional student with an exceptional amount of potential. Her dedication is amazing, and I am so excited to see her do even better in the next 2 years. Bye, Jenna. The next student I want to talk about is one of the most driven, hardworking, and exceptionally charismatic students I've ever met. Alex Logan is blessed naturally with some skills that other debaters work for years to develop. He's smart, he's eloquent, and he's able to convince judges that any of his arguments are amazing. Many other debaters would have rested on those laurels and would have just been comfortable winning some competitions using those natural skills. Alex didn't do that. Alex dedicated himself to expanding his knowledge base, to attending every single tournament he could, to pulling every piece of feedback he could out of every single instructor. And it is that hard work that made it so that Alex, in large part on his own, was able to become one of the most successful debaters at FDT. He's won provincials in the junior category. He won BP nationals. He earned a spot to try out for Team Canada. These are all exceptional results, and Alex, I think, is a real role model to many students at this academy. So I'm proud of you, bud. I'm excited to see you do much better in the years that come.
There you have it, our Student of the Year finalists. And again, it was so hard picking the finalists and the winners, and even Student of the Month is difficult because there are so many accomplished students here at FDT. And it's now time to recognize our Team Canada speech members.
To be a good public speaker requires absolute perfection. Countless hours dedicated to finding the perfect reading, breathing your own unique life into every single word, and practicing so that not a word is out of place. It requires the nerve to present a speech on an idea you're introduced to 2 minutes before speaking in front of a room full of people. It takes the compassion and diligence to highlight often devastating issues that affect people from all over the world, and the persuasiveness to make the audience care about those same issues as well. The students who have made Team Canada for speech have gone through this process over and over again for many years, working their way up to the highest level of achievement in the public speaking scene and in the entire country. Congratulations to the following 6 students for being chosen to represent Canada at the World's Individual Debate and Public Speaking Championship. Nora Zhu, Joyce Chen, Emily Ni, Vivian Gu, Jenna Yu, and Nicholas Villegas. Well done.
And we have for you our FDT keychains and our FDT boxes for students that get to go to Worlds. I know that the Worlds will be online, but your keychains are here, and you will be added to the famous FDT speech trophy. We have your names. Your names are on there now, so congratulations to all of you. We have 2 awards left for the evening. This next award is about staff members. Now, teachers at FDT are everything. Obviously, they are the ones who are the lifeblood of FDT, who teach you all to win the awards that you are winning, who practice and who train, and who give their all to help all of you. So we recognize only a few of the staff members every year, and it's unfortunate because everyone deserves recognition. However, there can only be a limited number of winners. But first, before we get to new instructor of the year and instructor of the year, I just want to give an honorable mention to someone who was very close and someone who was mentioned a lot this year, both for their outstanding teaching, their unique and exemplary lesson plans, but also their positive attitude. He left us for a couple of years, but he's back. The honorable mention goes to Zakir Kassam. Now we go to new instructor of the year. This person has had a tremendous year of coaching successes. His students, whether they be private or group class students, have achieved outstanding results, and he is known for his attention to detail in coaching and his ability to just really get the best out of all of his students. This award is for new instructor of the year, but he is not new to the FDT family. With that said, the new instructor of the year is Baybod. Baybod will join the trophy and the plaque.
Thank you.
And thank you to all the staff and students. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening. We have 1 award left, and then we're going to say our goodbyes. And perhaps after we announce this award, we will unmute, and anyone who wants to just yell at the camera, they can. It's time to announce Student of the Year. We begin with the West Van Student of the Year. I highlighted them earlier as finalists, but they also, they take the title home because of their ability to jump in to FDT this year and to do very, very well, respectively. The co-West Van Student of the Year are Ashley and Kennedy. And your names will join us on our Student of the Year plaque with our previous year's winners and this year's winners. In the novice category, you heard from several amazing novices. It was extremely difficult to choose just one, but in the end, we went with the person who has had tremendous results this year, exceeded our expectations, probably one of our top performing grade 7s in the history of FDT. Top novice of the year, Isabella Park. In the junior category, we had some students who were new, who dominated, who joined FDT and rose to the top. But we also had a student that had been in this position before. And at the end of the day, the winner of Student of the Year for their 3rd time, Eric Lee. In the senior category, we also had someone who had been in this position before, but we had some fierce competition with national champions, with world competitors, with people who were rejected from their school teams and then went on to win competitions. It was very, very, very fierce. But at the end of the day, we opted for Emily Nee. From the bottom of my heart to the staff, to the office, to the instructors, thank you all so, so much. And thank you for joining us at our online gala. Bye, everyone.